Hello, boys and girls. Remember yesterday we talked about the open and the closed syllables. And this was very important for you to know. So when you get to those big, long words, we call those multisyllabic words, it will be very important that you understand the difference between the different syllable patterns. We've talked about the CVC pattern as consonant, vowel, consonant. And this is an example of a CVC pattern. We have a consonant, vowel, and a consonant. And remember what we said, when we have two consonants that are closing in the vowel, the vowel won't say its name. It can't. It's closing the door on that vowel. So that vowel becomes short. And the short sound for the vowel O is ah, ah. So if we push the sounds for this word, we know that this word is g, ah, t, blended together, and the word is got. The second syllable pattern that we talked about is the CV pattern. CV. The vowel is followed by nothing. And when the vowel is followed by nothing, it says its name. So we have this example of this one, consonant G, vowel O. The vowel is followed by nothing, so the vowel says its name. So if we push this word, it goes g, o, go. So it's very important that we know these first two syllable patterns, CVC and CV. The C stands for consonant and the V stands for vowel. Okay, we're going to play a quick little game. So what I need for you to do is to pull your chair out, if you're sitting on a chair, and stand in front of it just like I am. Okay? So we're going to play a quick little game with the open and closed syllables. So we all know that the vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. That's their long name. But their short name, or their nickname, is A, I, and You've learned all those vowel sounds, so you should be able to tell the difference. I'm going to say a word. If you hear the long vowel sound, I need for you to stay standing. If you hear the short vowel sound, I'd like for you to sit down. For example, our example on the board, go. I hear a long O, so I'm going to keep standing. But if I would say got, I hear a short vowel sound, and I'm going to sit down. So we're going to play a quick little game. I need for you to listen very carefully. Remember, if it's a long sound or this open syllable, you stand up. If it's a closed syllable and it makes the short sound, I need for you to sit down. Okay? The first word is he. He went to the store. You should be standing up. The next word, hit. I accidentally hit my sister. Hit. You should be seated. She and I are best friends. She. You should be standing. That vowel is followed by nothing. Go. Please go to your seat. Go. Standing. Met. I met your mother. Met. You should be seated. Shed. My dog will shed its fur. Shed. You should be seated. Me. I like me. Standing. Hi. We say hi when we meet our friends. Standing. Pan. Your mom uses a pan to cook with. Pan. You should be seated. Run. I like to run. Seated. No. My mom always says no. You should be standing. Set. This is one of our high frequency words. Set. You should be seated. Sew. Sew. Not like sew with a needle and thread. So, how are you doing today? You should be standing. Great job. That was good practice for our open and closed syllables. Now, I want you to do a couple more for me, only this time I need for you to sit down and I need for you to put your hands up. So if you hear an open syllable, open up your hands. When you hear a closed syllable, close them. Okay? Open and closed. Very, very easy. Okay? The first word is get. Get. Should be closed. The next word is pat. Pat. Closed. How about no? Open. No is open. He. Keep them open. He. Let's see. Pit. Pit. They should be closed. Let's try one more. Pie. Pie is open. Very good. Okay, so now that you understand a little better about our syllable patterns, open and closed, we're going to move into those multisyllabic words that I talked about just a little bit earlier. These are those bigger words that if you understand the syllable patterns, you can take them in chunks and figure out what the word is, okay? So the first word that we're going to look at is this word right here. If you know it, you can say it out loud. But if you don't know it, I'm going to show you how you can figure out what that word is. Okay? So this word has 1, 2 vowels. So because it has 2 vowels, I know it's a 2-clap word, or it has 2 syllables. So if I divide that word up and try and figure it out, oftentimes your teacher will say, find those little words in that bigger word that you already know. Well, I already know this word right here. I know what that word is because it's a consonant, vowel, consonant pattern. Maybe I'll move that C down here so it's a little easier. It's a CVC pattern. And what do you know about a CVC pattern? Those 2 consonants close the door and won't let that vowel say its name. So that part is lot. Lot. Now, if I divide that word right there, look, boys and girls, I have a consonant and a vowel. What do I know about the consonant vowel pattern? The vowel is followed by nothing, and so the vowel is long. So if I stretch and push this one out, it'd be pilot, pilot. 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 It's a pilot. A pilot that pilots the plane or drives the plane, flies the plane. That's a pilot. That is the way that you would divide it up and use your knowledge of your patterns to figure out the unknown word. We're going to try a couple others here and see if you can figure out what the word is. So that one is pilot. Let's try this one. Okay. try this one. So I see a word that I know in that big one. I see two words that I know in this one. I see this word, but I also see this word. I know what that word is too. And sometimes, boys and girls, we need to kind of play around when we divide it to see what makes sense. So let's say I divide my word right here. Okay? There we go again. We have a consonant vowel pattern. What do we know about the consonant vowel pattern? It's long. It says its name. So that word would be me. There's a consonant, and we call, this is a little bit different. This is the bossy R. So I'm just going to leave it as vowel R. So we know that's a bossy R. The bossy R says So if I divide this word up and try and stretch it out, I might say meter, meter, meter. Yeah, that's a word, isn't it? Meter, like your mom or dad might put money in the meter when they park downtown. So meter makes sense, but what if I decided I was dividing this word up and I decide I know what this word is. This is a consonant vowel consonant pattern. I know that word is met. So I would divide it there, and then I have that bossy R at the end. That would be meter, meter, meter. I know that word, I met her at the grocery store, but that's a different two words. I've never seen it or heard it meter. So this must be the correct pronunciation, and it is meter. This word is meter. And when we divided it, we have a consonant and a vowel. The vowel is followed by nothing. Okay, now I have a tricky one for you. I'll try and trip you up, and let's see. I bet I can't. I bet you figure this one out all by yourselves. Okay, let's look at this word. Well, same thing that happened with the last one. I know this word. What is that word? That word is hot, hot, hot. This is a vowel of the consonant. We know that that's short. Hot L. I don't know any words to say hot L. So it must be, I have to divide it right here. O, consonant vowel. That vowel says its name. Ho-tel. Hotel. I know what a hotel is. Yeah, hotel. But some of you may be sitting there going, wait. We just learned yesterday about Sam loves friendly zebra. When it's a one-clap syllable and it ends in a L, S, F, or Z, and it has a short vowel, we're supposed to double that, right? That's our rule. But let's think about that. One syllable. Hotel. How many syllables are in hotel? 2. So we wouldn't double this, even though that part of the word has an L at the end, and that's part of the word has a short vowel. It's still a part of a bigger word, and it's a 2-syllable word. So we would not double that L at the end. How many of you got that right? Great thinking. Okay, so that's our short little mini lesson on open and closed syllables. So we're going to move into our sight word. Who remembers what our sight word is for the week? Our sight word for the week is move. Remember, we can move something, or we moved to a new location. We changed houses and we moved to our new house. So we're going to practice this with our keyboards again. So get out your arm that you do not write with. I don't write with my left hand, so I'm going to hold my left hand up. hold my keyboard right here, and we're going to type in the word move. Okay, ready? M-O-V-E, move. Don't forget to enter it, and make sure you've entered it correctly. Look up here so you can spell it correctly. M-O-V-E, move. You do it, and I'll point to the letters. M-O-V-E, move. One more time. M-O-V-E, move. Remember this word. Today when we write a sentence, we're going to use this word in a sentence. But before we do that, we need to practice our high frequency words. Remember, our high frequency words for the week are this one. Look up there. We have, this is the one, but it's a one clap word. What's that word? Tell. We change the first letter and make it a W, and it becomes well. And our last high frequency word is off. Off. That is the opposite of on. We turn the lights off when we leave a room. So tell, well, and off. Okay, think to yourself, give a sentence that you can make using the word, any one of these words, tell, well, or off, and tell it to someone in the room. Tell, well, or off. Did you come up with a good sentence? I might have said, I will tell you a story. Tell. I am not feeling well today. The plane took off from the runway. Those are all three different sentences that I could make using my high frequency words. But today we're going to make a sentence using our sight word, move. So I need for you to get a piece of paper and a pencil. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and do that. And when you're ready, turn your video back on. So the word is move. And I'm going to write the sentence, the dog can move. So before I do that, I want to think about how many words are in my sentence. The dog can move. Some of you may find it easier to pound it out, or pound it on the tabletop. The dog can move. Or count it. The dog can move. Whatever way is easier for you to figure it out, you do it the way that's easiest for you. For me, I like to count. The dog can move. I know there are 4 words in my sentence, so now I'm going to draw 4 lines. The dog can move. I also know that there is an uppercase letter at the beginning of my sentence and a punctuation mark at the end. And I'm just going to do that to remind myself that I need to have an uppercase letter and a punctuation mark. So my first word is the. The dog can move. I remember that word the from kindergarten, and I also remember it's a sight word. I can't sound it out, I just have to know it. So I can't use my finger spelling with it, I just have to know it. I also know it's at the beginning, so I have to put a big T. So uppercase T, and I know the is spelled T-H-E, the. And sometimes you will see it when your teacher is working in the phonics program and we're doing what this is called sentence dictation. We like to underline the red words with a red crayon, or you can just underline it with your pencil to tell me that that's a red word. So I know that I have to know what it's, how to spell it. Can't sound it out. The dog. Dog. I can spell dog. Use my finger spelling. Watch my fingers. D-A-G. There are 3 sounds in dog. D-D-A-G. Dog. The dog can. N. Can. A. N. Every time I put my finger down, I put the letter that makes that sound. A. N. The dog can, and then we said move, didn't we? And I know it's my sight word for the week, so that's easy enough to write in my sentence. Does your sentence look like this one? If it doesn't, make sure you make changes so that your sentence looks just like this one. And read it to yourself. You always go back and reread it to make sure that it makes sense and that you have all the words and that it's spelled correctly. Plus your uppercase and your punctuation. So do I have my uppercase letter? Yes, I do. The dog can move, and I have my punctuation mark at the end. Okay, now we're going to move on to our story. This one is on your LMS page. Your teacher should have assigned it to you. It's called The Busy Pond. And there are some words in here that you can use to help practice with the open and closed syllable words. And so as we're reading along, if you notice one, you might want to just make note in your head. That's an open syllable. That's a consonant vowel word. Or, ooh, I can figure that one out because it's a consonant vowel consonant. See if you can figure them out when we get to those words in the story. The Busy Pond is written by Kate Page, and it's illustrated by Senda Hill. Now, good readers always look at the title and they look at the picture and they kind of make predictions before they start reading. That's what good readers do. So this is a little boy and he's at the pond. It looks like, I know a pond is water. It looks like there's an animal, a duck, and maybe a baby duck on the water. I see some plants, and it says the busy pond. I know that word busy means lots of things going on, so maybe this story is talking about all the things I might see on the pond. We'll just have to read to find out. The busy pond. Where did my story go? Hang on. There it is. Okay. Oh, there's a frog on a lily pad. Do we see frogs in a pond? We do, don't we? I see water when I go to the pond. I can see land all around the water. I see a lot of CBC words on that one. I see can, land, I see go. We also know that word to, it looks like it should say toe, but we learned in kindergarten that's a sight word too, T-O, because it doesn't follow the rule. That's silly English language. Okay. I see cattails when I go to the pond. They are very tall. I bet somebody can tell me what cattails. We talked about two words that go together to make one word. Remember, it's a compound word. Cattails is a compound word, and these are cattails. You see them often by ponds. I see lily pads when I go to the pond. They are very round. These are lily pads. They usually get flowers on them, and sometimes you will see frogs sitting on lily pads, but I also know sometimes you see turtles sitting on lily pads. I see frogs when I go to the pond. They sit on the lily pads. See, I didn't even know that was coming, and because I'm a good reader, I can kind of predict that. I see turtles when I go to the pond. They sit on a log. Oops. I see ducks when I go to the pond. They swim on the water. Look, you can see their feet underneath the water. I see fish when I go to the pond. They swim in the water. I see many things when I go to the pond. The pond is a busy place. The end. The busy pond. Your homework tonight, boys and girls, is to read that story, The Busy Pond. You can read it to yourself or read it to your mom or dad or maybe a brother or sister or grandma or grandpa. Read the story, and I want you to pay particular attention to those open syllable words and those closed syllable words. And make sure that you understand the difference between the two. Happy reading. Have a great night.